faith, how there's no perfect Muslim, that we all have ups and downs, and your faith increases and your faith decreases, and that we give them the steps that you need to take in order to increase your faith. So if you're having some issues, we tell them you can read the Quran, or we can lean on each other and help each other in order to be better Muslims, because we're not going to be perfect.
All right, sister, let me ask you, in your interaction here in the society, going out dressed as a Muslim woman, do you face any issues from the people, some misunderstandings, some questions, some angry glances or anything like that?
We face that, but again, this is a lot due to ignorance. People who don't really understand, they don't really know about Islam. Only thing they know is what they hear on a TV or what other people tell them. But I always try to encourage the sisters in my class that we have to get the information out there and let them know that Islam isn't about terrorism. It isn't about hurting other people. It isn't about the negativity that is shown in the TV. So I tell them all the time that if they have a question, then stop, take a minute and answer them and explain to them, no, this is not how it is. And are you hot? If it's 90 degrees, we're all hot.
Let me ask you a question, because I know you heard this question before. Somebody really, not with hatred, but they're just honest. They just ask you, Miss, why do you dress like that? Why do you dress like that? Because maybe the answer you give is a help for some of the other sisters who might encounter this question.
Well, I tell them that covering myself is out of modesty. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains to us that it's not for everyone to see the body of a woman, period. And I explained to them that even before Islam, I come from a Christian-based family where, my grandmother and the older women in my family, they all still dress modestly. They all still, have long dresses or long skirts, and they don't expose their bodies. So this is something that has been around since the beginning of time, not just with Islam, but women who try to be religious always dress modestly.
Right. And the women who come to you, who want to know about Islam, not really new shahadas, they just want some information about Islam. What do you find are the major questions, the primary questions they ask about Islam?
The primary question they ask me about Islam is, how do we feel about Jesus Christ? A lot of times they believe that if they practice Islam, that they no longer can love Jesus Christ. But we explain to them that Jesus is a prophet of Allah, and we also love him. We don't worship him, but we love him, and this is not something that they themselves have to turn away from what they was grown up with in their family. A lot of times this is what they think. So we explain that to them first, that you still going to believe in Jesus as a prophet. You're just not going to worship him.
And sister, now some people are watching you, and there's a misconception in your mind that you think many people have. What would it be if you had a few minutes just to clear up a misconception which you hear a lot, but not just about women in general, but even about Islam?
One thing I wanted to clear up is that Islam is a religion of peace. It's a religion where, we love each other, we love our neighbors, we are fair and just with people, whether they are Muslim or not Muslim. We don't just hurt you or out to do things to you or not be fair and not be neighborly with you if you're not Muslim. We have neighbors around here who aren't Muslim, and we are kind and just with them. We don't park in their parking spaces. We don't stand in front of their doors and make a lot of noise. So this is a religion of peace, and this is something that a lot of people don't know. And also just to tell them that us as women, we are not oppressed. We choose this religion. We choose to dress this way, and we know that basically the only people who can't see us are people who are outside of our family, but our immediate family, they still see us. We don't walk around the house like this, and we still interact with our family members who are not Muslim.
But let me ask you, when you accepted Islam and your family at large, how do they accept the fact that you're Muslim?
My immediate family automatically knew that I wasn't a person who makes decisions in hate. So they knew that I was studying it. But as far as my extended family, then I had to explain to them that this was something that I was doing willingly. It was something that I didn't have a problem with doing because I read and I learned and I understood that Islam is the correct way of life.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Thank you very much, sister, for your time. Alhamdulillah, we hope for our viewers who are able to get an insight of the thinking and the thoroughness of the understanding of Muslim women here in America. Continue with us on our journey of discovery of Islam in America.